I'm Yonho Kim, Associate Director of GWIKS. I'm mostly running the policy-related program here at GWIKS. As you know, North Korea is one of the most important topics we're dealing with here, but also the whole Korean issues ranging from politics, domestic politics in South Korea, economy, trade, trade between the US and Korea, technology, and obviously security issues. That's what we're covering here. And I'm also helping Jisoo, our director at GWIKS, to run the whole institute smoothly. I'm personally pretty much interested in North Korea's mobile telecommunications over the last like almost 10 years. Believe it or not, North Korea, even though it is really isolated and poor country, they already have around 5 million people talking on their cell phones. And even among the young people, it is running joke that if you don't have a cell phone, then there's no way you can make a girlfriend. And as the private markets are emerging and actually actively working in the country, even the merchants, at their stalls, without cell phone, they cannot survive. It is kind of a must for them, and especially youngsters, if they don't want to be isolated from their friends, cell phone is something they must have. So from that phenomenon, a lot of people outside are interested in the question, why in the world the regime, the dictators, is allowing people to have this potentially really dangerous mobile devices to the regime. And it has a lot of implications to the political economy of North Korea, and also the people, especially interested in the human rights situation in North Korea. They are really trying hard to inject, if you will, outside information into the isolated country. And people are looking at cell phone as a potentially useful device for that purpose. So a lot of implications we can see, but it is comparatively underdeveloped, under-researched area. It was when I was working for Voice of America as a senior reporter covering North Korea. Our Korean service was basically targeting the audience in North Korea. So at the time, even though the economic sanctions were being imposed to North Korea, again, people were asking why in the world the regime is letting the people have these devices, and how come millions of people are able to get this device. So that kind of really big questions I have been asking, but unfortunately I couldn't get the answer, because people are mostly focused on nuclear issues when it comes to North Korea. And the information about these new developments are not that easily available unless you have a really good network with the defectors community and have some opportunities to interview them. So utilizing my reporter background, I thought it was a good idea for me to start this project, which was really hard and not that easy to get all the information from the interviewees, defectors, I mean. But I kind of successfully got all the necessary information from my friends and the network of the defectors there. So that's how I end up with publishing my first research paper on that issue, cell phones in North Korea. Has North Korea entered into a telecommunication revolution? And based on that, I published my second research paper focusing on marketization and cell phones. So the topic was, the title was North Korea's mobile telecommunication and its private transportation service. And at this stage, I'm almost finished my third research on mobile money in North Korea. So when it comes to North Korea, again, people are talking about the nuclear negotiations, which we haven't found the solutions yet, although people have been working hard on this issue, including the related government officials and the experts over the last couple of decades. We are too much, I think, focused on security oriented discussions, whereas the North Korean economy has been developing so dramatically. Again, they have been a really poor country, and especially in the 1990s, they had to go through a big famine. Thousands, hundreds of thousands, at least hundreds of thousands people were killed. But nowadays, the market economy, if you will, in this socialist country is booming, and the people are changing. The regime is changing also. The way they treat the people, the way they deal with the market is changing. But I don't think not many people are actually focusing on this really important issues. So I think in that way, I'm contributing to this gap, trying to closing the gap in this research area so that people can get a more holistic understanding of North Korea.